Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Muhammad Imran Mukmin bin Faharul Azman. My metric number is 182171. My supervisor's name is Dr. Muhammad Zahir Asri bin Muhammad Tohir. And my final year project entitled is Parametric Study of Gas Emission from Burning of Peat Soil. From the title of the FYP, we can see there is some keyword that we can study. The first keyword is the parametric study. Study of an experiment by manipulate the parameter that may affect the outcome of the experiment. In this experiment, the parameter that has been touched are the moisture content and the density of the peat soil. And the last parameter that have been touched is the type of peat soil. That is divided into two. There is the garden peat soil and the forest peat soil. The second keyword is the gas emission. That is the gas that exhibit from a burning material. So in this experiment, the objective of this project is to study the gas composition that may be affected by manipulate the parameter of the raw material. And the last keyword is the peat soil. Peat is formed by decomposition of organic matter that have accumulated for a very long time with lack of oxygen and under waterlogged condition. And the peat soil is the raw material that will be used in this project. Okay, what is the problem statement of this project? Burning a large scale of peat soil in Indonesia has caused a haze in the southern Asia region. The burning of peat soil exhibits gas emission that cause smoke and may affect public health. And the condition of peat soil can affect the composition of the gas emission. And as we know, peat soil is the main choice of farmers as peat contains a lot of nutrients that can help in growth of a crop. We proceed to the literature review. The first literature review is about the history of forest fire. Indonesia, famous for the most country that has undergone peatland fire. The peatland fire has caused a thick clouds and smoke haze travel a long distance and caused transboundary air pollution in Southeast Asia. And the haze has resulted in a serious environmental and health problem in all the countries that may be affected. Among of the country is Malaysia itself. And among the top spot of the peatland fire is Riau. Singapore also has experienced the worst air pollution that has been occurred in June 2013, which is the PSI reached the highest at 371. For the second literature review is about the peat soil. Peat soil is brownish black in color and formed by decomposition of organic matter that have accumulated for a long time with lack of oxygen and under waterlogged condition. Peatland covers 400 million hectares or equal to 3% of the surface of the earth. And peat also usually can be found in the waterways, valley and estuaries. Ordinarily, peatland can be divided according to the humidification, and peatland is famous for the rich of nutrient. Peatland also have the characteristic of low mass density, high total porosity, and the capacity to swell and shrink after wetting and drying. The third one is about the importance of peatland. In Malaysia, peatland give extensive variety of profitable goods and services. In agricultural and planting purposes, peat is utilized as soil enhancement material. Peat soil also can improve the soil since the peat include supplements and hold dampness, consequently making the soil more ideal for developing plants. Peat blocks are likewise utilized in gardens for making the establishment for leaf flower arrangement. And the last important is the peat moss is a decent soil conditioner and it helps with extracting dead soil and increment dampness maintenance in sandy soil. And the last literature review is about the fire triangle. Fire triangle is a three basic element to present in order to produce a fire. What is the three element? The three element is oxygen, fuel, and ignition. In this case, the peat itself is known as the fuel, which is found below the surface, and the oxygen also consisting in the peat soil is very high, meaning that the peat itself has two of the basic process of fire triangle, which is the fuel and the oxygen. What is the only element missing is the ignition. So we need an external ignition such as cigarettes or a very hot weather to ignite a fire in the peat soil. Okay, what is the objective of this project? The objective of this project is to study the gas composition exhibit from burning of peat soil from three different parameters. The three parameters is defined as moisture content, density, and the type of peat soil. And we need to study the composition of the gas emission. The first gas emission is the carbon monoxide, and the carbon dioxide will be the second, and the last will be the nitrogen dioxide or the sulfur dioxide. Let's proceed to the methods. This is the design of the experiment that we will use throughout this project. For the first parameters, there is a density parameters. We have to load the peat soil in a 2000 milliliter of beaker and then dense the peat soil in the three consecutive parameters. Set up the apparatus as designated and start to burn the peat soil using a match. After the peat soil in fire and the smoke produced, capture the gas and analyze the gas composition using the gas detector. And repeat the same procedure for the other two consecutive density. After you got the three density, change the type of peat soil. For the moisture content parameters, we have the same procedures as load the peat soil in the 2000 milliliter of beaker and start to pour water into each beaker and start heat in the oven for adjusting the moisture content of the peat soil. And then set up the apparatus as designated and burn the peat soil using a match. After the fire has ignited and smoke has produced, start to capture the gas and analyze the gas using the gas detector. Change into different type of peat soil. The material that have been used in this experiment is peat soil from forest and peat soil from the garden, beaker, custom-made funnel, 2000 milliliter of beaker, rate of stand, gas analyzer, lighter, water, and lastly oven. This is the Gantt chart of my FYP. Start with status selection, literature review, supervisor meeting, thesis writing, proposal presentation, and lastly video presentation. That's all from me. Thank you very much.